You're listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.
It's Thursday, May 14. I'd like to share some thoughts about Careers Edition. So, imagine spending 4 grueling years earning a prestigious degree, right? And then you sit down for a job interview and they hand you a blank blue book and a pencil.
Yeah, just because they assume, an AI did all your coursework.
Exactly. I mean, if you're an international student looking to build a career in Korea right now, the rules are just changing overnight. We really need to unpack this. We're looking at how universities are losing their authority, why the entry-level market is shrinking, Korea's a huge new tech ambitions, and, well, a financial safety net that's kind of leaving young professionals stranded.
It really starts with trust, I think. We traditionally view a degree as, rock-solid proof of what you know, but generative AI is just completely shattering that.
Right, like what happened at Princeton University recently.
Oh, yeah. They actually just ended their 132-year honor code because of AI cheating. A 2025 survey showed that, 30% of upperclassmen were cheating.
Wait, 30%? That's huge.
Yeah, it's wild. So now they're being forced to bring back in-person proctors.
And I mean, if it's happening there, it's definitely happening everywhere. Korean universities, Seoul National, Yonsei, and Korea University, they all have guidelines for AI use, but there isn't really a binding enforcement framework yet. It's like an academic arms race between students and professors.
It really is. And for students in Korea right now, it totally changes how you have to prove your value. Employers are just getting incredibly skeptical of, say, take-home assignments or digital portfolios.
So we're basically going to see a shift back to oral exams and handwritten tests, like proving the knowledge is actually in your head.
Exactly. Because if employers can't guarantee what you know, they're not going to just hand out jobs, especially in this market. I mean, the entry-level hiring numbers in Korea are looking pretty bleak right now.
Yeah, I saw that April youth employment for ages 15 to 29, it fell 1.6% year on year, down to 43.7%. And that's the 24th consecutive month of decline, right?
Right. It's the longest downward slide we've seen since the 2005 to 2009 financial crisis. And manufacturing dropped heavily, though. Health and social welfare did add about 261,000 jobs.
But why is this broader decline happening? Like, what happened to Gongchae? That was the big thing, right?
Yeah, Gongchae, for those who don't know, that's Korea's traditional mass open recruitment system. Huge conglomerates would hire these massive batches of fresh graduates all at once.
Just hire a bunch of generalists and train them up for a couple of years.
Exactly. But technology is just moving way too fast now. Companies don't have 2 years to train someone anymore. They need day one specialists, which, essentially freezes out the entry-level grads.
And the human impact of that is just staggering. I read there are now 353,000 quote-unquote discouraged job seekers. I mean, these are young people who haven't just lost a job. They've completely given up looking for one.
Yeah, they just stopped trying.
So is this just a temporary blip, or are we looking at a permanent structural shift?
Well, that's the big debate. A former Labor Institute had noted, we're really waiting on the May data to confirm if this is just an economic adjustment or a permanent rewiring of the economy.
Okay, so if that traditional entry-level route is fading, you've got to build a really specialized niche. And Korea's government is heavily signaling where that might be. The Ministry of Science and ICT just launched a strategy council, right?
Yeah, and Deputy Prime Minister Bae Kyung-hoon is explicitly asking if Korea can build a frontier model for the AGI era.
Which is massive. And just to clarify, AGI is artificial general intelligence, right? Like machines that have human-like general cognitive abilities.
Exactly. So instead of just building apps on top of foreign tech, the government is asking if Korea should build foundational AI from the absolute ground up.
Okay, I have to push back here a little bit. Korea is historically famous for infrastructure first, memory chips, networks. Isn't building foundational AGI from scratch a massive leap?
Oh, it's a huge leap, absolutely. But that skepticism is exactly why the Strategy Council was formed. They have to decide if the investment is worth the risk.
Right. But if they do commit, the job market for deep research engineering here could just explode.
For sure. But, what if you don't land one of those elite tech roles? We really need to talk about the safety net.
Yeah, because if you're an international student staying here, you need to understand the financial reality. I was looking at unpaid income contingent student loans. That's where you only start repaying after your salary crosses a certain threshold.
Right. And unpaid rates on those just hit a record 18%. Entry-level wages just aren't keeping pace with the cost of living at all.
And the average overdue balance is now 1.41 million won, which is roughly $1,000 US, But the government's fix has this massive loophole.
Yeah, the bad bank program. It's called the New Leap Fund.
Right, and they bought 7.7 trillion won, so roughly 5.4 billion US dollars, of delinquent debt to stop aggressive collections. But it legally bypasses about 4,000 young borrowers.
Yeah, 4,000 borrowers who owe 25 billion won, which is roughly 17 million US dollars, to the Korea Student Aid Foundation. The current law literally doesn't allow the foundation to sell this debt to the bad bank program.
Wow. It's like launching a financial lifeboat, but legally barring the youngest passengers from boarding.
It really is. They're the ones struggling the most in this contracted market, and they're legally excluded from relief.
So we started with degrees losing their power and ended with a shifting job market. The provocative question we want to leave you with. As Korea pushes to build frontier AI, will its educational and financial safety nets evolve fast enough to protect the very students who are supposed to build it? That's today's AI PRISM, Careers Edition. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI PRISM is a WAN-IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.